All right, so it's official. The stage is set. After all the speculation, we finally know who Canada will face in their World Cup opener, Bosnia-Herzegovina. But to really get why this is such a big deal, we have to go back and look at the wild, high-stakes game that decided it all. I mean, can you imagine? For two different countries, this was a moment 12 long years in the making. Just one single game standing between them and the biggest stage in all of soccer. It all boiled down to one question. Who wanted it more? So yeah, let's back it up a bit. Because before we even knew who Canada was playing, two other nations had to go head-to-head in a match where, well, everything was on the line. This was a true do-or-die battle for a spot in the World Cup. So on one side, you had Italy, the legendary Azzurri. I mean, these guys are former world champions, and they were just desperate to get back to the big dance. And on the other side, Bosnia-Herzegovina, a team just starving to end this long, painful absence from the tournament. And this is where it gets kind of wild. Both teams, both of them, had been shut out of the World Cup for exactly 12 years. Think about that. A dozen years of waiting, of coming up short, of national disappointment, and it all came down to this one game. And the prize? Ugh, it was huge. It wasn't just about getting into the tournament, nope. The winner got a date with the co-hosts, with Canada, for the opening match, right here in Toronto. The spotlight just doesn't get any brighter than that. And that was it. No do-overs, no second chances. For the team that lost, the dream was over for another 4 years. It was literally all or nothing. So after 120 minutes of just brutal back-and-forth soccer, the score was still tied. Nothing could split these two teams. So you know what that means. It all came down to the most nerve-wracking thing in all of sports, a penalty shootout. And man, those final moments, it was just a pure explosion of emotion. You had absolute joy on one side and total crushing heartbreak on the other. I mean, you could just feel the tension everywhere, right? From the packed bars in Toronto's Little Italy to, just living rooms all over the country. Everybody was on the edge of their seat. Like this one fan said, it was a total nail-biter. And then the final kick. The ball just rockets past the goalie, hits the back of the net, and that's it. It's over. Bosnia-Herzegovina had done it. They were going to the World Cup. But you know how it goes, right? For every winner, there's a loser. And for all those Italian supporters who were watching with so much hope, oh man, it was just pure devastation. The dream, just like that, was gone. So what about the Canadian fans who were watching this whole drama play out? Well, they had a message for those heartbroken Italian supporters. And in the most Canadian way possible, they basically said, hey, the rivalry's done. Welcome to the bandwagon. Come on and cheer for us now. Okay, so the opponent is locked in. Now the big question becomes, what is Canada actually up against? It's time to do some scouting. And for that, we're going to turn to an expert. Yeah, former Canadian international Toe St. Ricketts, he laid it all out. He describes Bosnia as a direct, really physical team. They're not going to try to be fancy. They are super disciplined. They keep a really good defensive shape. And believe me, they are tough, really tough to break down. So the bottom line from the expert, it's simple. This is not going to be a walk in the park. In his words, they're not going to be easy. All right, so we've got the first opponent, but that's just step one, right? Let's take a look at the whole road ahead for Canada in this incredible, historic tournament. Okay, get your calendars out. It all kicks off June 12th in Toronto against Bosnia-Herzegovina. Then, the team heads west to Vancouver for two huge games. First against Qatar on June 18th, and then a really tough final group match against Switzerland on the 24th. And you gotta understand, playing a World Cup at home, that is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. The pressure is just massive, and the players know it. They know they have to be laser-focused if they want to make this country proud. So the countdown is officially on. We know the opponents. The whole country is basically holding its breath. The world's spotlight is shining right on Canada. And there's really only one question left. Is this team ready? Well, we're all about to find out.